Thanks for tuning into GH Talk. I hope you all had a great week and are having an even better weekend. I am kid-free for 2 whole days and I am feeling so good, but I miss my baby just a smidge. But in her absence, I'm able to keep the house clean. So the first thing I want to say about this week's episodes is, Nina, would you please shut the hell up, have several damn seats, and stay out of grown folks' business, cause honey, you are a mess. This whole thing with Charlotte, I think it's a good story. Like, I enjoyed the episode where we got Laura spending time with Aiden, and Miss Tate reached out to Lulu and was like, yo, y'all need to have this conversation with Charlotte because things aren't getting any better and we may have to put her in another school. Lulu goes over to Windermere, and now Nina and Sasha are over there because there's a killer out there. And I'm just like, really though? The only place that you can feel safe is by going to Windermere? Nina, you are so weak when it comes to Valentine, who is playing your ass along with Sasha. I cannot wait for that to blow up in her face because she's just being reeled in so swiftly. And Charlotte isn't helping matters. She's manipulative just like her father. She wants them together and it's innocent enough. Nina is trying to be a bit too nice instead of just like, hey, no, this isn't happening. And sometimes you have to do that with children. You have to lay down the law. Lulu is trying to do that. She's trying to have this conversation about her behavior in school. And she's like, Nina, you cannot reward her with milk and cookies. This is a serious situation that's going on. Valentine also isn't helping. I understand that he tried to reference how he was disfigured and he was being picked on. And Charlotte was like, well, that's not the same situation.
Nina, I need to be able to trust you to do what's best for Charlotte. And right now, I can't.
And I'm glad that she went off on her. In my opinion, I feel like she wasn't hard enough. I would have dragged her ass by her roots and her edges all the way out to the damn docks or whatever it is and threw her into the harbor. Honey, you need to take a swim. Thankfully, Laura was there trying to talk to Aiden and he let her know, look, the teacher doesn't make the rules in our classroom. Girls gotta play with girls' toys, boys gotta play with boys' toys. And Laura's like, wait, not necessarily. Aiden, you can talk to me, but he's really not ready to open up about it. And Cameron showed up and she went over to talk to Lulu and put it together that Charlotte is the one that is bullying Aiden. She is bullying her own cousin. And it'll be interesting to see how she addresses this with the other parents. I think this is a great story and I like seeing Elizabeth's kids, not just Jake. Franco is sad over Kiki. I was a bit surprised by his subdued reaction. I knew that the best reaction we would get was from Ava, and other than that, most of them have been off screen. We heard about Michael, TJ, and Molly taking it really hard but not seeing it. Alexis announced it to Sam and Sam was just like, oh. And Alexis had to say her entire name, Kiki Jerome, like Sam and her ain't related. Like she don't really know Kiki, which is the problem when it comes to Kiki's death because Kiki didn't really have any real deep connections with folks. Like Morgan's gone, Dylan, Silas, her father's gone. The only 2 other people besides Ava and Franco is Michael and Griffin, and their reactions just didn't captivate me. You know what I'm saying? The emotional impact of Kiki's death has fallen short. Maybe it'll get better since the funerals this week. We'll see Ava going off on some people, but other than that, it's just a complete miss for me. It was nice of Cameron to stop by and offer some words of comfort to Franco and let him know, hey, you still have me, you still have Jake, you still have Aiden, and they hugged it out. I thought it was a really sweet moment. I love Cameron. He is my favorite right now, along with Jocelyn. Oscar, I'm not a fan of Oscar. Oscar has decided to go through with the treatment that he started this week. His parents were hovering, of course. Kim was just being extra with her worry. She was finally told by Elizabeth that Kiki was murdered. Both her and Drew were, you know, same expression that Sam had, and Sam is actually a relative. Julian didn't tell her about it because of the trial that's going on with Oscar, but he was drinking and Alexis showed up at the pub, and you know, it's so clear the chemistry that's still there between these 2, but I believe that these 2 are going to get back together. They have far more chemistry than Charlie and Kim, who showed up and they had a moment, but Alexis kind of looked back like, that should be me. You're in my way, honey. Oscar and Kim by the end of the week had made up with each other, and Jocelyn is there in full force supporting her man. Cameron showed up and he had a moment with the two of them. Oscar was like, yo, you're a good friend, and Cameron was like, what? I hate you. Like, I don't like you. I just love his honesty. We all know how he feels about Jocelyn, and Jocelyn stopped him in the hallway, and she's still trying to smooth things over because she cares about Cameron, and I don't think she realizes maybe how much she cares about him, but they've been friends for a really long time, and I'm sure she doesn't want to lose that relationship regardless of what it is between them. And Cameron, he's just like, oh, I gotta go, I can't. I'm just like, oh no, I want Jocelyn and Cameron together. I ship them. I know a lot of people prefer Joskar, but no, I am a total chaos fan. The PCPD is such trash. Like, oh my gosh. We were talking about it in my live stream about how the recast hasn't made Jordan any smarter. And Chase isn't bad, but he was totally off base with the suspect. But I mean, he pieced it together. He just had the wrong perpetrator. Thankfully, Sam came through for Alexis and got the proof that was needed to exonerate Griffin, because they were trying to see his ass fry, even though Jordan said at the start of the week that she didn't feel good about Griffin Monroe for this murder. They even pulled Sasha in for questioning about Ava's actions leading up to Kiki's death, about how she set them up to hurt Kiki. Griffin told his story, but nothing came of it because for real, they don't have any evidence. They should have reported it when it happened, because all traces of fingerprints is probably gone by now because the room is cleaned out. And they did show up at Ava's, and Ryan, oh my goodness, I am so enjoying John's portrayal of Ryan Chamberlain right now, that at first I was feeling a bit disconnected because he was going after Felicia and I didn't really see their history. Now that they're tying it and it's more present with him being attached to Ava, I'm just really enjoying it because I love Ava, even with all of her mess. I'm so torn because he's a psychopath who killed her daughter, but they're like kindred spirits, and just the chemistry is so good between them. He even told Ava this week, you know, you are my priority. And Ava's like, you know, I don't think I've ever experienced this from anyone. He even provided her with an alibi, which would have been so damn sweet if he wasn't trying to secure his own innocence. A mess. She went to the PCPD and held Griffin at gunpoint, and she went off on him. And I know a lot of people are like, she is constantly blaming other people for her own mess. It's not Griffin's fault that her and Kiki were not on speaking terms. It's Ava's fault because she wanted to drag this mess out. But I do understand, and I've said this, that Ava had every right to feel slighted, to feel hurt by what happened behind her back and being lied to. I feel like it was taken too far, and I've been said that Griffin and Kiki was not worth all of this revenge plotting that she was going through. But Griffin is now a free man, and the PCPD was unable to clear him themselves. And now Jordan has contacted Ryan, thinking he's Kevin, giving him all the updates and inside information unknowingly, and he's just enjoying it. He was on the phone trying to sip his coffee, just basking in their conundrum, like, ha ha, y'all don't know shit. Ryan is also just dogging Laura out, but I am enjoying just the acting between Jeannie Francis and John in this. It's so different from the loving romance that she had with Kevin, just to see her with the same dude that, you know, looks the same, and for them to just be like threatening each other, and she's just going off like, I cannot believe that you're serving me with these, and now when I'm trying to come here and talk about my grandkids, and he was trying to dismiss the hell out of her, like, make an appointment with Elizabeth and I will have someone call you with my recommendation. He don't want nothing to do with this woman. I really want to see more people looking like you and Ava Jerome. Like, no, this never in a million years. What is going on? Sonny and Margot better not sleep together. I'm not here for it. I will not be watching that disgusting mess. It better not happen. But Margot can go ahead and leave town. I mean, I don't see any point or any usefulness in her. That whole story with Sonny and Croton and her sitting there talking about she gonna be the DA to take him down. We fans already knew what it was. Nobody has taken down Sonny, honey. You're just blowing off a lot of steam. A lot of us wasn't even here for it. We were just like, okay. No, you didn't. and we knew this. She has presented Drew with the flash drive after he dismissed her all episode, and he had every right to do so. Girl, just leave town. Just leave town. There's no use for you. Drew, when are you going to actually get your memories back? I mean, is this really going to happen? It'll still be another year before he decides if he wants to go through with it or not. It just seems like he doesn't want to take that risk. There's nothing going on between Jason and Sam but a bunch of stall tactics. They were together, Alexis interrupted, and he left just like it always happens. They weren't even talking about anything this week. And then Sam got the paper clipping stating how one of her first marks when she was running cons to take care of her brother Danny, how he died. And then by the end of the week, and I don't know why she's partnered with Curtis because she was doing a lot of the work herself. Curtis really didn't help. She was just saying like, I'm your next case. And she's the one who called, got the lead on the newspaper, the address, went to the facility, talked to Yvonne, and he did talk through it with her, but she didn't need him. She was fine all on her own. And we saw that Daisy is the one who tried to hide the paper, but someone made a good point that she's probably the go-between. Someone's putting her up to this and there's someone else orchestrating all of this. Hopefully this isn't a dud of a story, but as it stands right now, I'm not very interested. It just seems like this year they keep going back and resurrecting the past instead of doing present storylines. Like we had a rewrite for Anna to give her a son. We had the introduction of Croton when Sonny was a young teenager before he really became a mob affiliate with someone's murder, and that was really pointless. And now we're going back to Sam's past with one of her cons, and hopefully I don't have any hope because the writing and the pacing. I knew that they were gonna do some type of triangle with Willow, Chase, and Michael. The writing's on the wall, and I firmly believe that she is the mother of that baby that Lucas and Brad had, and that she'll end up being Nina's long lost daughter. Michael was getting ready to ask her out, but then Chase shows up, and I don't feel like Willow is really that into Chase. I just feel like Chase is very persistent, and Willow's like, hey, why not? And I think that she would have gladly taken Michael up on his offer. It seemed like she was like, damn, he showed up at the wrong time. Anna and Finn made some progress in their relationship, and Epiphany was there to guide them through it, and she did not mention not once anything about Kiki's death, and only one staff member from what I saw said something about Kiki, and that was the nurse that handed the box of her belongings to Griffin. Anna wanted him to go see Hayden. He was like, no. Epiphany was like, are you crazy? He ended up not going, and he showed up on the plane. He let Anna know, look, I don't need to go there. And I kind of figured that it wouldn't happen. I wanted to see it, you know, I wanted to see Hayden come back and possibly tell him that their son is still out there, but he did let Anna know, I love you, and she said, I love you too. They did have a nice little dancing scene that I fast forwarded through because I just wanted to see Dr. O. Anna, honey, you could kick rocks. I'm squarely on Dr. O's side. I wish she would have finished the job instead of playing around all summer, having this man strapped to a bed. Hopefully Dr. O does not buy into this. She seems to be holding up quite well, but now she's facing Finn, who is trying to bluff his way through this, and she was like, look, you need to sharpen your skills because I am not buying this. And he's like, you want to bet that? It looks like Maxie and Peter will start dating each other here very soon. He stayed outside and he kept guard all night, and Mac and Felicia showed up and they were just like, what is going on here? As she was giving him a back rub. Mac gave him the 3rd degree, as he should. Maxie was telling Felicia like, maybe this is just too soon, but it's just really easy with Peter. I like them as friends. I'm not on board with them being in a romantic relationship, but there are quite a few Paxi fans out there, more than I realized. So congratulations to you all who enjoy this couple. You know, at least y'all are enjoying your couple. I'm not getting much from mine, so you know, I ain't gonna hate on y'all. Enjoy it, okay? Enjoy it, because you know the writers are trash. It seems like Oscar wants a will drawn up, and he wants Jason to be the executor. Okay. I thought it was funny how Alexis quickly ran up out of there when she met Daisy. She's just like, okay. She's trying to ask questions, and sometimes I don't like when Alexis is just extra, but in this case her mother instincts are on point, because Christina, honey, you are just being pulled into this mess, and Kim and Drew were just looking like, the hell is going on here? This week of General Hospital was a bit slow, but there were some parts that I really did enjoy. Please in the comments let me know what your favorite storyline is going on right now, or what is your biggest annoyance with the show. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I will be back on Monday 10:30 p.m. for a live stream. I hope that you join me and others. Until next time, GHers, take care.